This week we travel from Nevers to Cosnicours sur la Loire with a bit of a breakdown along the way and then ending with a lovely bricante at the end. It was a great week and enjoy. There's now mad scone making production downstairs. There was something to do because we've got a big gap between blocks. The Ecclesia's little hut is completely covered. It'd be lovely and cool in there too. Lots of weed again. A bucket full of weed. Probably more to come. So just coming into Fleury. Looks very nice. Just had a lovely dinner at the local restaurant at the marina at Le Fleury. Very nice. We then went for an evening walk to wear off some of our yummy dinner. Wow, it's like everybody's come to the restaurant for dinner. It's a very popular place. Only off for a morning ride. First lock of the day and we're heading up towards Neves. This is quite different. The water is going out through the side. Quite big vents, which is not a bad idea because it gets rid of all the weed to the sides. This is our second lock of the day and we're just waiting for a third boat to come in because we're all trying to conserve water as much as we can. So we're all squeezing right up, so we're not far from the front and we're all going to travel together nice and slowly just so that we can all get in the pounds together, into the locks together I mean. Now lovely Ecclesia, he's been very good and very clear on his instructions and knows quite a bit about what's going up ahead, so it was really helpful. And we've got 3 boats in with us. 3 boats working in unison. We've now got about 10 k's without any locks until we get to Nevers. So we've just got into the lock to go into Nevers. We had to come down here and we have to pull that string, so I had to come in and do a U-turn and pull the string so that we can open this gate, as it's an automatic gate as well. It's a little bit of high stress for me. View from the second lock into Nevers. Nevers is at the end of a 2.5k side canal. It is a very large town with the Loire running through it. It's renowned as the burial place of Saint Bernadette. Looking for somewhere to have a swim. So we've got a great big camping ground next to the river, so we're hoping that the swimming hole will be just a little bit further up. So we're back at the boat, had a lovely swim and just doing some washing in at the Capitanery and just going to have a little quiet afternoon. Look, it's still a bit warm to get out there and do anything, so we'll wait for maybe a couple of hours and then we'll get out and explore the town. This is the Loire. We were swimming just down in here this afternoon. We're just going for an evening walk. All these hundreds of little tiny moths. This is where we went and swam today over there. Imagine that in full force, in flood mode. It'd be incredible. Lots of work going on. It's spending a lot of money on the area. It's going to be looking really good. Just having a quick coffee and a pastry before the supermarket opens. We're just heading back over the Loire, back to the boat. There's the Loire, and the marina is just down here. It's quite a big marina. They've got this lovely children's playground. It was very cool. Yesterday it was so hot and the kids were just having a ball in these fountains. It was really lovely. And those two big oak trees there are perfectly placed for shade in the afternoon. And then you've got all the big boats. A lot of these haven't moved for a while. A lot of recycling and rubbish, which is great. Everywhere you go, there's these big recycling bins. Coming up to the Capitanery. This all looks pretty new up here. The toilets and facilities are great. So all the rumours of Nivea's being no good is actually, it's pretty rubbish. It's actually really nice here. The only problem is that the town is a little bit further away to walk. That's the biggest problem. The bikes are great. Sitting there nicely. Had a very pleasant stay in Nives. The town is quite interesting. It looks like it's got lots of new development and nice new port with really good facilities, washing machine, showers, everything like that. So very good. Not a huge amount of shade, but lots of gardens with trees for shadow. So it's really good. Here we are, we just stopped in front of the aqueduct. We were just about to go in and the light turned red. So we suddenly had to stop, back up and tie up here. And we're just waiting for the light, which is over there, to go green. And then we can go over the aqueduct. And we've got a great big 9-metre lock to go through. Here we are passing over the Loire River. This is an offshoot of the Loire River. Fantastic at the wheel, Jenny. So we're just coming into Marseille Aubergy, I don't know how to pronounce it, as usual. And there is a lot of boats here. Great big dry dock over there, and an awful lot of boats. Hoping we can get a park. So we're all tied up nicely. It was €8 for the night, which is pretty cheap. And a man came down and helped us tie up, which was lovely. And he's got the capitans here. It's all very nice. For the last few weeks, our steering has been slowly getting worse and worse, and it's slipping. Tony has decided enough's enough and is going to get into it and see what he can do. So we're just off for a walk up to the next village, as we're still having a few problems with our steering, and we're going to see if we can get a part from a boatyard up here if we're lucky. So I have left Tony at the boat. We have still got issues with our steering, and we've decided that we need to, he's taken it all apart, and there's a part in there that's all worn, and so we're looking for a new part. Went down to yard down the river a bit, or the canal a bit, and the guy wasn't there till this afternoon, so we went the other way and found another yard, and the guy's seeing if he can source us a second-hand part. So Tone's doing that and fixing some few other little things while we're waiting, and so he said go off and paint, which is never a thing that I'm going to turn down. So now I'm just looking for somewhere to paint. Today we're still waiting for the part. The guy's been and gone and said he'd get the piece for us. So hoping today that will come. So we're having a very lazy day. I've been doing a bit of watercolour, and Jenny's been writing. Tony's been doing a few little jobs around the boat and just doing some silicone around the bottom of the bathroom. So I'm off out for a cycle just to fill my day in. There's the Loire just down there beside me. We're still waiting on our part, so I'm just going out to explore. Here's Loire. Looks just beautiful. I'm very tempted to go for a swim. It looks gorgeous. And it is quite warm, not too bad today actually, compared to the last couple of days. Just turned off down a little side road, and I'm heading to a little town called Beth. Let's see what that has. Beautiful gardens here, lots and lots of roses growing everywhere. I'm up this little track, and I'm not sure what it is up here. It looks like there's big ruins. I don't know if you can see over there, but it's all looks very interesting. I'm going to go and explore a bit more. It's really weird. There's all these massive big homes, and they're beautiful, but they just look like they're completely abandoned. There's just nobody around. It's so many houses like that in France. It's quite incredible. Beth didn't really have that much. I was looking for something old to paint and sort of set myself up, but there's nothing really that I could find that sort of inspired me. So I'm heading back out to the country, see if I can find something else. That's Beth out in the distance, just on the other side of the corn or maize. And so I'm going to keep on riding along here, see what the next town is. Been and had a lovely drink or two over at the local sort of cafe bar. Three. Very good. Got to meet some of the locals, which was very entertaining. Hey, the parts have arrived. Very exciting. So now I've just got to get Captain Fantastic to put it back together again. I've just been to this gorgeous little butcher and bought some Torini sort of pie thing for lunch, which I think will be quite interesting. We'll see. Tony is just across the way. He's over there working on the boat, and all's good. Might get off away today if we're lucky, if it all goes well. Well, I'm a little bit frustrated. We have got the part, Tony's fitted it in, and it's all really good. And all we want to do now is pay the guy, and he's disappeared. So we've rung, and he knows that we want to go, but we've been waiting an hour and a half. And so I'm walking down to the yard again to see if he's down here. And hopefully we can pay, and then we can get on our way. Finally on our way, after Tony fixing the steering, and just into our first lock. Yeehaw! just had some excitement. Their rope got caught in one of the cracks in the wall and their boat was being lifted up, so the girl had to suddenly stop the lock and he managed to get it unhooked. So we're now going back down again. And he's at the wheel.
It is better.
It's so much better, the steering now, isn't it?
It actually goes.
Where you're pointing it, yeah. Very cool. Lovely chateau in the background. Just coming out of Beth. Lock of the day, woohoo! We managed to travel around about 15 k's and stopped at Harry, which had a lovely property opposite with all the animals. Very picturesque. This is the library. Beautiful building. The first mention of this church is in the 700s. It's very plain, but it's obviously got a lot of history. Yeah, it looks pretty old.
I think that's the original chapel.
Oh, there?
Yeah, because it says the first mention was in 800, just before 800, and it was Gallo-Roman, and then a church was built.
Oh, okay.
But then in the 16th, 13th century, more churches.
All right, so it's a real church that's grown over the centuries. Yeah, oh, it very much changes, doesn't it? Wow. Imagine the history of this church. Must be quite incredible. Had a lovely walk, and I have to say that area is very pretty. A very nice little town. We have a tree up ahead, right in the middle of the canal, to approach with caution. Just coming up to our second lock of the day, and this looks like a digger there. It's not looking promising. A little bit worrying. Lock's just open and a little wee boat's coming out, so all must be well. Looks like a great big digger pulling out weed. We have quite an audience today. All these people, gongoozlers they call them, who watch canal boats. Now nice cruisiers. This is a wine growing region. You can see all the vineyards. Sincere, and that up on the hill is a town called Saint-Satur. So we have decided that that is Saint-Sur up on the hill, not Saint-Saturn. But we're going to come round the corner. It's meant to be very pretty up there, but we won't go up there today. We might go up there on the way back, because we're going to get up through a few more locks, one more lock for the day, so that we can be ready for the bricant tomorrow. What you call green banking. Tone's just hammered in a big waratah, and we're just going to tie up. Yep. No! Lots of little whittlers in this one. So Tone and I are off to find this town and find out where the Brocant market is tomorrow. Over the bridge and into the town. Looks like a great big theme park. Very cool. So now just going over the Loire. Yeah. It's quite cool. The old bridge. On our way back, had a good little explore, found where the Brocant's going to be tomorrow, and now just cycling back. It's a very busy road, so and a bumpy old footpath, some lovely houses, and we'll get there tomorrow morning nice and early. Today's the day. Get to go to Brocant Market again, which is great. Very exciting. This is our spot for last night, right next to the great big silos. But it was nice, it was good. We were given a free folding aluminium bike when we left St Jean de Losny and have had it stored under Jenny's bed. So last night Jenny and I prized it out, got it ready for taking it to the market. It was just too far to walk. So just leaving Cosnicourt now, and we had a lovely morning at the Brocant and bought a few lovely little things, and we're now just going back, turned around, and we're now heading back down towards Nevers, as we can't get any further up. The water's going to be too shallow. So I think we're going to Thibault, I think it is, for the afternoon. Thibault. St Thibault, that's what it is, sorry. So that's it for this week. We've had a lovely day at Cosnicourt at the Brocant market. We now start heading back down to Nevers, as the water levels are quite low and we don't want to get stuck there for the winter. And so we'll see you next week. Bye.